Hello Pisces, welcome to your monthly reading for March. These are general readings, so they may not resonate with all of you. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it does resonate, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. It is greatly appreciated. At the end of the reading, I will pull a card from the Oracle of Fairies for you, so stick around for that. But let's get into it. What is going on with Pisces for March? Please and thank you. Okay, so this is you. This is what crosses you or your challenge for March. Your conscious energy, unconscious energy, your past, your future, attitude towards the situation, energy that surrounds you and you may not be aware of, your hopes and fears, and the possible outcome of the situation. Okay, quick overview before we get into the clarifications. For your energy for March, Pisces, you get the Chariot. In this deck, it is called the Fairy Wind. So, feeling very determined, very driven to accomplish some sort of goal or just to make progress in your life, possibly in one specific area of your life. For what's crossing you or your challenge, you do get the Knight of Wands. So I feel like you're struggling to maybe find something that you're passionate about or being able to kind of take on this energy of being courageous, of being brave, and kind of exploring maybe a little bit more of the unknown, something that you're unfamiliar with, unfamiliar territory. For your conscious energy, you get the Wheel of Fortune. So consciously making changes and also accepting the things that are outside of your control, but being conscious of the things that are within your control and being able to take action with that thought process in mind. For your unconscious energy, you get the World card. So some sort of major cycle here that's kind of ending for you, at least unconsciously, something that you may not be aware of. Something that is kind of just like the end of a really big cycle that you've gone through quite a bit in your life. But we'll clarify. For your past, you do get the Tower card. So some sort of upheaval or disaster that happened for you in your past, that kind of something that wasn't built on a solid foundation kind of crumbled beneath you, but we'll clarify. For your future energy, you get the King of Pentacles, so that is a lot of abundance, prosperity, wealth, good financial stability, as well as also being very wise, very kind, and empathetic towards the people around you as well. For your attitude towards the situation, you get to the Ten of Pentacles, so I feel like there's a lot of focus. I feel like you're trying to make progress within your family life. Also, there's a lot of focus on the financial stability of your family. For the energy that surrounds you, you may not be aware of, you do get the Seven of Pentacles. So investing a lot of time and energy into this project that you're working on or into this endeavor of financial stability for your family. There's also a lot of focus on traditions, on creating your own traditions. For the hopes and fears, you get the Moon card. So taking a deep look within, I feel like you're hoping to be able to kind of, that the situation will really bring you in touch with your intuition, with your emotions, possibly a little afraid of that at the same time, because with that you also have to look at the darker parts of yourself. For the possible outcome of the situation, you do get the Ace of Cups, so a whole lot of inspiration, a newfound sense of love, just like for somebody, or possibly just a overall overwhelming sense of love that you are feeling. But let's get into the clarifications. We'll start off with the Chariot for your energy for March. I'll take that. Why is the Chariot here for Pisces in March? For the Chariot, you get the Three of Wands, the Nine of Cups, the Two of Swords. Okay. Yeah, so you're very determined to reach a certain level of growth. I feel like, again, it's leaving comfort, leaving familiarity, and kind of taking risk towards something that's a little bit more emotionally fulfilling for you. But I feel like you're struggling in order to be able to make that decision in order to move forward, of exactly where you want to move forward and in which ways you do want to grow and expand your horizons. You could be kind of stagnating for a little while before you actually make a decision and start taking action towards this thing. Let's clarify the Knight of Wands for what's crossing you or your challenge for March. For the Knight of Wands, you get the King of Cups, the Ten of Swords, the High Priestess. Okay. So possibly the reason why you're hesitant to take action towards this thing is because at some point you kind of had the same go-to attitude towards something that you really cared about, and then that kind of ended very abruptly for you. And so it's almost like you can't tell if it's your intuition or if it's your fear that's holding you back from moving forward with this thing. You're trying to evaluate if it's your gut telling you not to go for it or if it's just fear that's holding you back. Let's clarify the Chariot. Not the Chariot. The Wheel of Fortune for your conscious energy. For the Wheel of Fortune, you get the Six of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, the Death card. Okay. So yeah, so there's a big emphasis on change, of transformation, of kind of rebirth, of being conscious of the things that you are able to change. There's also a lot of kind of financial stability, but like, I don't know if you're receiving help financially or if you're giving help financially. It seems like either you or somebody in your life are very kind of generous with your finances, and I don't know if that's coming to a head and that's changing in the month of March for you, or if it's kind of balance out a little bit where someone's not so much more financially stable than the other person. But I feel like there's something that you're conscious of that needs to change within that dynamic. It's interesting, but I feel like there's just this, with the Queen of Pentacles here, there's a sense of warmth, of kindness, of kind of a safe place for you to go or for other people to go that you offer to other people. I don't know if that's something that you're trying to change in the month of March. Let's clarify the World card for your unconscious energy. Okay. For the World card, you get the Page of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords, the Seven of Cups. Interesting. Okay. I feel like there's this lesson that you're learning, unconsciously at least, to analyze and think logically about certain choices before you make them, to think logically instead of just moving with your emotions, going for something that makes you feel good, or that you, of course, you want to follow your intuition, but you also have to think logically and analyze the situation. And I think that's what you're struggling with now, is trying to figure out if this intuition or this gut feeling is a fear feeling or if it's something that you should listen to. And you're also trying to figure out how to think logically about the situation so you can move forward. So I feel like that's the cycle that you're kind of accomplishing or closing out, to be able to kind of balance those two out, your emotions and your logic, in order to make the right decision. Let's clarify the Tower card. For your past. Okay. For the Tower, you get the Ace of Pentacles, the Seven of Wands, the Two of Wands. Okay. So I don't know if this was some sort of business venture that you went on in the past here. Seems like you were very protective of it, protective of yourself, protective of your plans. Maybe somebody tried to kind of help you with these plans, but you were kind of resistant to that, or people kind of try to bring you down in the past here with whatever ideas that you had. I feel like this was you kind of planning to take these steps that you're also thinking about making now. Now that you've got the plans in action, or thinking about putting the plans into action. I feel like this was also you procrastinating on taking that action. And then as a result of that, your ambition or your drive towards it kind of dwindled a little bit. And so you kind of let it go for a while. Let's clarify the King of Pentacles for your future energy. Oh boy. Alrighty. Okay. For the King of Pentacles, you get the Sun, the Page of Wands, the Six of Cups. Okay. So that's a whole lot of happiness, of fulfillment, of joy. Also a sense of kind of adventure, of freedom, kind of taking on that energy of childhood, curiosity, and fearlessness. It feels like you are creating a home within yourself, and again, providing a stable and comforting environment for the people that are around you. Let's clarify the Ten of Pentacles for your attitude towards the situation. Okay. For the Ten of Pentacles, you get the Fool, the Star, the Four of Cups. Okay. Interesting. So I don't know if you're wanting to kind of break away from this sense of tradition, of whatever that sense of tradition is that you have now, and wanting to kind of embark and create your own traditions. I feel like that's what it is. I feel like where you are at now, you're kind of not satisfied, you're kind of bored, you're a little apathetic, and so you're trying to find that spark, that inspiration to really get you going again, to give you that drive to move forward, to have this new beginning and set forth on this new journey. And I feel like it's tied to tradition or whatever kind of family dynamic that you have right now. You're kind of trying to revitalize that energy into something new, into something that kind of resonates with you a little bit more and is a little bit more emotionally fulfilling for you. Let's clarify the Seven of Pentacles for the energy that surrounds you and you may not be aware of. For the Seven of Pentacles, you get the Empress card, the Two of Cups, the Five of Wands. Okay. So I don't know if this is seems like it's a conflict of interest between you and somebody that you may be in a relationship with, of where you guys are going to devote your time and energy in regards to this relationship. Whether or not possibly you want to start building a family, or maybe just a conflict of ideas in regards to, doesn't have to be in regards to family, but in regards to finances or your home life, where you're going to live, of, you know, how you want this relationship to grow and what direction you want to grow in. Seems like there's just a lot of you guys talking and not a lot of listening that's happening. So you guys are able to come to a resolution. Let's clarify the Moon card for your hopes and fears. Here's the Moon card here for Pisces in March. Okay. For the Moon, you get the Tower, the Page of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles. Okay. Yeah, I feel like you are fearful of having to get in touch with your emotions a little bit more, or view this like little bit of darker part of yourself, as well as you may even be fearful of following your intuition because you're afraid of it leading to disaster or destruction, and then feeling that fear of not being able to trust your intuition again. At the same time, that's where like you flourish, is in your intuition and in your gut instinct and in your emotions, and kind of being able to enjoy your alone time and daydream and think about the future and living luxuriously. But there's this idea that you could be just too caught up in the daydream and have your head in the clouds a little bit too much, that you don't actually take action in the real world. You just think about it and you daydream about it, but you don't actually implement that into the world around you, into reality. So you're kind of your hope is that you can kind of ground yourself a little bit and ground your intuition maybe, or your dreams and your idealistic point of view, so that when you do decide to take action, it won't be so idealistic that the results of the outcome will be disappointing for you. Let's clarify the Ace of Cups. It's the Ace of Cups here for Pisces in March for the possible outcome. Okay. For the Ace of Cups, you get the Ace of Wands, the Hanged Man, the Three of Swords. Okay. Yeah, so there's you're finding that spark of inspiration, that kind of love for something, that drive to go for it again, and then procrastinating on doing it out of fear of loss, a fear of hurt, of being hurt by the outcome of the situation not being your idealistic version of what you want the outcome to be. So I feel like you're trying to view this from a different perspective, of realizing that if it doesn't work out exactly the way you wanted it to, it's going to work out however it is supposed to work out. So I feel like that's what you're trying to do, but you're finding it a little difficult. I feel like that is another cycle that you're trying to break, of feeling this inspiration towards something and this wanting to take action towards something, but then stopping yourself before actually taking action because you're afraid of what the outcome will be. Let's get a card from the Oracle of Fairies for you to close it out. What do the fairies want Pisces to know in March, please, and thank you. Protection. The fairies of protection are shielding you with the magical fairy ring of love and light. Practice psychic protection before embarking upon any spiritual work. I'm going to read a little bit from here for you. Okay. The fairies of protection are forming a powerful fairy ring of light around you or someone close to you, providing the extra boost of protection that's needed right now. If you're especially sensitive or empathic, you might find yourself picking up vibes from places or people around you. These may include unpleasant vibes as well as good ones, and this is where the fairies of protection come in, because the ring of rainbow light acts as a protective shield from any unwanted energies. When we're psychically open, we act as a beacon and can attract different types of energy. Some of these energies may be unwanted, so the fairies of protection remind you to use psychic protection when undertaking any kind of spiritual work or meditation, and will give you their own protection too. This card is also a reminder to make sure you're spiritually grounded, which can add an extra layer of psychic protection. A simple way to do this is to visualize a long tree root growing from the base of your spine and going down deep into the earth. Fairies might also be nudging you to protect someone else spiritually or physically, but always ask permission before assisting anyone. It's important to remember that we all have free will and the right to choose whether or not we'd like any spiritual help. Interesting. Alrighty. Well, that is all I have for you for the month of March, Pisces. I really hope this helped, and have a wonderful rest of your day.